welcome back to the Jamie Collins channel. If you've been following along, you'll know we've been hard at work reviving the E46, and this episode is no different. We're going to start by tackling these dashboard warning lights. First we've got the battery warning light, and then we've got the oil pressure light, then we've got the check engine light, low coolant light, and the brake pad warning light. So we're going to sort those in this video. To get a closer look at what's going on, we're going to use this code reader that will tell us all the faults it can find that aren't necessarily on the dashboard. These are the codes we found. It's not actually too bad, I thought there'd be a lot more. First up, we're going to tackle the oil pressure light, and we're just going to start by changing the oil and see if that helps. Right, so we've located where the oil stays. Now it's time to get the oil out. Right, so I've removed the oil cap, and as you can see I'm removing the oil drain pin right now, and we're going to get all the oil out. Then we're going to add some new oil, fill it all the way up, and then we're going to add some coolant while we're here. So we've done an oil change, we've added the coolant, and you can see the low coolant light has disappeared, but I think the engine will need a few more drives to remove the oil light. But we know we have done an oil change, so we should be good there. Next we're going to try and remove this check engine light and this code at the same time. So one of the codes is a low fuel misfire, and I'm hoping that's what is causing the engine light to pop up, because if it is, that'll be an easy fix and we'll just put some fuel in. We don't have her insured just yet, so I ran down to the petrol station and got 2 jerry cans. So I got this to go in between the 2 jerry cans, so let's hope it does some good. I've never used this product before, but my mates have, and they said good things, so we're going to give it a go, and then we're going to get that second jerry can in and get it filled all the way up. Perfect. There's 3 out of 5 of the lights gone. We've got rid of the oil light, the coolant light, and now we've just got rid of the engine light.
1 month later.
Believe it or not, it's been over a month since that last clip you've just watched was filmed. I decided to put the BMW on hold while I upgraded the workplace, and let's say it was well needed. As you can see there, it's got no security, no doors, nothing really, but we upgraded. And this is the new workplace. It's much more secure. It's got doors, it's got locks, it's got CCTV, so here we go. It's perfect for what I need. Just a place to keep our tools and where we can work on the car. Moving back onto the car, we've got a few more lights to fix. It's the battery light. If you watched episode 4, you would know that we had some problems with the alternator. So we first got gifted an alternator off a mate, and that had a different electrical output on. So we tried changing the outputs on the alternators, and that still didn't work. So now we've bought an alternator regulator. We're going to try and fit that to the alternator we have and hope for the best. Now let's take the alternator out. Right, so we've got the alternator out, and we've got the alternator regulator here. And we're going to put it in, and hopefully this solves the battery problem. So we've got 3 little bolts here that we need. So this is the old one, and this is the new one. They look very similar, so hopefully, except they've got a different back. So this one was made in about 2005, so they might have changed things by then. So it looks like it's in place there, so I think you just slip this on like that. Unfortunately, changing the alternator regulator did not fix the problem. The battery is still dying when the car is running. So we've had to go buy a whole new alternator, and we're going to replace that now. So we're going to take that old alternator out and replace it with this. It's not brand new, but it's new and it should be fine. So we've got the old one out. We're going to replace it with this new one. Let's go. Right, we've popped the new alternator in. So we're going to start her up, and hopefully that battery light has gone, and hopefully it will never be coming back. Right, so it starts, which is a good sign, and yep, straight away the battery light has gone. The only light now is the brake pad light. I do have some brake pads, so let's get on with that. So another problem has just occurred with the E46. I had the car running for about 10 minutes, then a sudden burst of smoke came from the front of the car, and turns out it's this, a split in the expansion tank. So that's another thing we now need to replace. Honestly, it's just one thing after another with this car. Right, we've got the expansion tank back in, we've put it all back together, and we've filled it full of coolant. And we're just going to take a look at this. This is the crack in the old expansion tank. It's OEM, so it's about 20 years old. So yeah, we've replaced that. Job done. We are so close to making this car mechanically sound. We're on the very last part now, fixing the brake pad light. So we've got a set of front brake pads to go in. The rear were done less than a year ago, I think. The previous owner got those done. There's a document for it. But we're going to start on this front one here, which I've already took the wheel off, jacked the car up and slid the wheel under. Right, so I've just replaced the brake pads. I've done the front and back just because I had them, so it's all been done. And now I've got no more dashboard lights. That is just the handbrake that's on, so once that's off, there's no more light, so that is brilliant. And we're just going to plug in the new carista, and we're going to see if we've got any fault codes. Right, so we've plugged the device in, see if we get any fault codes. Hopefully we do not. Perfect. So we're going to take it for an MOT now. Thank you for watching.